I love it. Did you see that graphics package, Judd Dunning? Holy smoke!
Michael Loftus, holy smoke!
It is the live stream to end all live stream. It's Judd Dunning. It's Michael Loftus. We're the brainiacs behind BulletPoints Nation. We're the brainiacs who give you the top stories of the week and the things that everybody needs to know. And the Jello pudding pops. What are we doing today?
Good to see you, Mike. Good to see you on the East Coast, buddy. I'm so excited we're here. We're here. RNL's got Michael and I over here on StreamYard. We're excited to be on live streaming, bringing the magic lifetime, baby.
It's great. So here's what we do. Just for all the people who are streaming and they want to know what the heck is going on. Judd and I have a couple things we do. We got a great thing called BulletPoints Nation. We take the top 4 stories of the week and a wild card. We break them down. We talk about the points that no one is talking about. We got the insights, and it's fun, and it's fast, and it's blammo. And we've also got our exclusive patent pending single shot. And I get the feeling, I get the vibe. We're staring down the barrel of a single shot. We are on the business end of an election 2020 single shot, Judd.
We are indeed. And within that shot are a lot of different bullet points that we're going to point out today as Michael and I go back and forth and say, so what's next, America? And that is our single shot for today.
All right. I'm just going to, here's what I think most people aren't talking about. And we have to come to grips with this. This ain't over. This is not over. I know the media likes to declare winners. I know the AP likes to declare winners. And I know people enjoy dancing in the streets at super spreader events. However, I think the government's going to have a little something to say. There's lawsuits coming in. There's recounts coming in. There's software glitches. It's weird how all the little glitches only favor one side. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
So anyway,
isn't that amazing?
That's first and foremost on my mind. It ain't over. I have not met the fat lady. I don't think she's begun to warm up to sing. So hang in there, America.
Hang in there, America. I mean, definitely. Because look, man, I mean, just each individual state, just forget that we're even being contested. There's a certification and validation process that happens after every election, and it can take up to 3 weeks. So that alone is patience. You know what's crazy? Remember the hanging Chads? I mean, it's so long ago. The Chads nobody claimed, the media didn't claim a victory then. The media claimed now. And what's going to be so interesting, man, is that the media has become this judge and jury of American culture lately. Why are we honoring the media? Who is the governing body? Here's the question. Who is the actual governing body that's supposed to make the announcement? Do you know that answer?
I do not.
Yeah, right. None of us do, because it's usually not necessary. That's how scorecard and hammer work, right? They were trimming off, if they were really happening, if we were really trimming votes, they were trimming off just enough votes to keep it less perceptible. And then right at the last, it became perceptible and it became seen. So we've never really needed this. We've never had a banana republic hijacked election. So I'm asking you, why isn't this on the news right now? Well, the governing body of the American electoral system is going to weigh in, and we see a bunch of people on at least on some kind of long table, maybe wearing some kind of governmental costume. we're just winging it.
There's a strong case to be made that certain people just want the public perception to be, this is all done. This is all done. That guy's got the thing. He won that. The votes are in from there. The votes have been tabulated. It's go time. What are you going to do when you're in the White House, Joe? But you brought up something that I wanted to definitely talk about today. This hammer and scorecard, or scorecard and hammer. I had never heard of this. Now there's a general. He used to be on the Fox News. He got booted for, I think he said some unkind things about Obama. So he got booted. He was on a show with Steve Bannon. I had never heard of scorecard and hammer.
None of us have.
Allegedly, this is all just allegedly. It's a CIA operative. It's a software thing where they can come in, and we would use this on foreign governments to
election tampering software.
Yes. Now, I think if you're writing a program like this for the CIA, I don't know how you would catch it. I don't know how you would catch it. All I know is this: mathematically, this election is not behaving like any other election in terms of how people voted and down ballot voting. It looks a little shady, and we have to investigate it. If we don't have faith, listen, Judd, I love you, buddy. And I'll say this to all my Democrat friends. If this is legit, and Sleepy Joe legit got the most votes in the history of humanity, then let's go. Let's talk. Then he's the new president. But we have to make sure it's legit. If there is little software glitches that only go towards Biden, and if there is found votes that only go towards Biden, and if there is a dance move that only goes towards Biden, we have to know about it. Here's the other big bullet point coming out of yours truly. We can't do this again. We can, regardless of what happens, we have to march in the streets and demand an end to vote by mail. It just looks too shady. France got rid of vote by mail in 1975. Poland got rid of vote by mail. Russia doesn't have vote by mail.
Voter ID, vote in person. Voter ID, vote in person. Voter ID, vote in person, right? There's such one. Keep going, but it's such a logical answer. We've been pounding the tables, and here we are. Yes.
And everyone knew it. There's a wonderful clip of Bernie Sanders, and he was on a late night show. I believe it was Jimmy Kimmel. And he was saying, here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. And he called it. And in a lot of cases, to their credit, a lot of these cities, the mail-in votes get counted last. But we have to know that those are all legit. And when the Board of Elections says you can't count these votes because of X, Y, and Z, you're not allowed to keep voting. And you have to have Republicans and Democrats witnessing it. So many shady things happened. And literally, I think the next time you're going to rig an election, have a couple of counties go, oops, we actually gave all these votes to Trump. And it, like not one of these errors.
Be a Democratic strategist. That's great. A little red herring action. Well done.
I haven't heard of
Don't tell the opposition. That's a great idea.
Trump.
That's a great idea. Right. But it's true. You're exactly right. If you tilted one, hey, there you go. That's what we have on the cover of our show. Look, while you're talking, two elements hit my phone, hit my computer. On one side, Lindsey Graham is saying Republicans should not concede. On the other side, coming at the same moment, we're saying that Joe Biden is saying it's now a time to heal. So I don't understand how somebody who had 25 noted scandals in the Obama times with Obama, Joe Biden, who was at the forefront of the Russia challenges, who just overrode his son's laptop, how it implicates him, is suddenly acting like the fact that we could have some electoral graft is outside the realm of possibility. I mean, we're being gaslighted, bro. This is a gaslighting. This is what gaslighting is. Hey, it's no, it's fine, man. Time to heal. And Biden, woo! Out with the orange clown, racism down. I'm watching this. I'm like, wait a minute, guys. Let's just run a process. That's what conservatives do. Let's look at the cold, stark hands of reality. Let's run a process. Let's verify. Let's certify. Let's go to court. Let's make sure. And if so, we're the first people. Like, it's a hard example, but when gay marriage went through, conservatives were like, bravo, well done. The people voted. It came through. That's how it was. The same with Trump. If Trump loses legally, everyone will be great. How do we win the next four?
Yes. And here's what the other side needs to consider. This is why, and first of all, big pat on the back. We're not even going to get to riot over this. We're not even going to riot. We're so cool. But here's what my liberal friends need to understand. You told us, and everyone in the media screamed for 3 years that Trump was a foreign agent and that he worked for Russia And the only reason he won is because there was collusion with Russia. And we spent millions of dollars and 3.5 years looking into it. And it was a lie. There was nothing there. Then we were told, hey, the government never spied on your campaign. And now we're finding about FISA abuse and how they changed emails regarding Carter Page's security clearance. And we know that Joe Biden suggested using the Logan Act to spy and try to coerce General Flynn. So we know there's a deep state. So you lied for us. You called us Nazis for 3.5 years. There was Trump-Russia collusion, that giant lie. You said there was no such thing as a deep state. There is a deep state. They went after Flynn. They were rounding people up. They were wiretapping and trying to get Donald Trump out of office. And now we're supposed to believe? Now we're supposed to believe in Hunter Biden's laptop. The FBI had that and they looked the other way. But we're supposed to believe, oh, they'll investigate any election abnormalities.
Yeah.
Don't worry. The government's your friend. Yeah. It's a recipe for disaster.
It's like a psycho girlfriend who's been like aberrantly destructive in your life for like 2.5 years. And she's like, I'm fine now, honey. Let's marry. You know, I mean, it's like a complete reversal of perception. It's that simple. It's like, whoa, you guys have been acting so poorly. There's been 4 times they've tried to take out their president. We all know what they are. Electoral College, 25th Amendment, Russia, and impeachment. You are going to be suspicious that they're going to have the election ripped out. It's just extremely rational. Now, here's the issue, Michael. Here's the big issue is you and I know how difficult it is to take down the elite. Now, you know, look, Clinton had his issues. Obama, they are protected class. In America, there is no economic, there is no social class above one another, no safety net, no ceiling, free market capitalism, individual liberty rocks. That's why we're so amazing. But our elite are protected. If they weren't protected, Hillary would have been busted on a few claims. If they weren't protected, Biden would just have been, there would have been charges immediately against Biden, right? So does a president, even if he wins in court, and we're rushing past the court to the end, does he have the ability to to hold the office? Now, there's some people saying there are some tinkering we could do with the Constitution. He could even go that far. Which, by the way, the Trump camp is already saying, he's like, look, you know, if we don't get a legal foothold, we will concede gracefully, even though on one level they're saying they're not. So there's already back channel conversations. They don't want to destroy the country. But what if it really happened? And how do we get to the elites? This is the problem. It's not today's problem. It's the ongoing problem. We didn't drain the swamp. We didn't get the swamp completely clean.
We just realized how vicious and deep the swamp was. But I think this is funny. There was a Trump spokesman on TV today.
Yeah.
Or he had given a statement. John Roberts from Fox News was relaying it. And he's out in front of the White House. And he's like, well, the president said that if the election is verified and the results stand up and everything's on the up and up, he will completely, do the regular thing and have a peaceful transfer of power. Moments later, the headline on like MSN News was Trump will transfer powers, but has a list of demands. It's like he cannot win. And here's what I don't know what's going to happen out of the Trump camp. I don't know what their lawyers have planned. I don't know what their strategy is, but Trump does not look rattled. He does not look rattled. My boy, it's like the final table at the World Series of Poker, and he's got the sunglasses on, and he's cool. I think we had some video.
Perfect timing for the big. Exactly. People are saying, "Oh, Trump's crying," but look at this. Now, here's a graceful leader. Here's Trump leaving, I think, Mar-a-Lago right after playing golf. And he's walking outside. He just found out that Biden has made the claim that the media has, ordained bless the king accordingly. Like, we don't know who's supposed to announce it. This is Trump's reaction. So, yeah, Bruce, roll the tape.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me right now? Thank you, Mr. President. We love you.
right?
Yes.
Young and beautiful youth.
I
Would like to have one of you.
Yeah. Thanks for everything you do.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're all together?
Yes.
We love you.
Thank you, Mr. Trump. Thank you.
Was that so cool? Oh my God. I should have gotten a picture. I can't breathe. We should have done.
I mean, come on.
Rattled. He's rattled. He's shaken.
Not
He's
at all.
desperately holding on to power.
Not at all, right? That is what's exciting. I mean, that guy has class. He has dignity. You know, everyone's saying, yes, was he bombastic? And did he tear down walls? Did he shake institutions? Did he rattle protocol and norms? He did. And the anti-institution vote is why we love Trump. It's why we voted for him. We're like, hey, it's okay that you've got a rough mouth if you get to the art of the deal. And the art of the deal has been a passionate and prosperous America until COVID. The Dems got lucky. They got lucky, man. We were steamrolling home. There happened to be a virus. I don't want to go to conspiracy about the virus. I don't believe that. And it just knocked him down far enough that they could win. And that's what happened. But Trump really was getting there. If there hadn't been the pandemic, Trump would be our president for sure right now.
Now, a dictator would take a picture with the bride and groom, but only an innocent man takes a picture with the bridesmaids. Only an innocent man.
That's right.
Only a winner says, hey, girls in the pink, come on in. Come on in.
You know, unlike a lot of these other people, though, this guy doesn't have anything to prove. He's been president. He's been a billionaire. You know, people think, oh, he's so rattled. I mean, the guy's had an amazing, successful life. He doesn't, like a lot of our politicians, he doesn't live and breathe power. He's like some of the original people. That's why George Washington didn't run again. He wanted to cede power as a citizen. Yeah, Trump's got a life. He doesn't have to be our president.
Well, here's the wonderful thing. We know the guy has a boatload of energy. His campaign, everything about it, just energetic, high energy. And I don't think he's going to go away. He's not going to do. And here I'm assuming. Let's just make believe and say the Biden thing holds up. Let's say they get him across the finish line. I don't think Trump is going to go, well, you know what? I'm all done. I cannot wait to see what is in that dude's future. Because that's the thing about the right. Trump woke us up, and a lot of people like yourself and me, we kind of got that feeling that, you know, that big tech is on the side of the left. You know that the media is on the side of the left. But a lot of people didn't agree. A lot of people, they didn't see it because they weren't in it all the time. Now they do. And we have 71, and I guarantee every vote for Trump was legit. 71 million Americans know what's up. And we're not rioting. We're not out in the streets. We want to keep moving forward. We want to keep going and doing what's right. And while they're worried about us protesting, I've seen violence. Now it's like Black Lives Matter versus Bernie supporters. It's just like, we're not the problem.
Yeah.
We didn't riot all summer long and have the media go, oh, that's a peaceful protest. It's fiery, but mostly meaningful. I think they're still protesting. I think we have footage of that.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah. Check this out. Let's see. We have this is a private video from some of our friends. This is before, during, and after the election. This is in Orange County, behind the Orange Curtain in California. This is just a snapshot of some of the passion for Trump that still sustains. Go ahead and run that, Bruce. That is that's an ongoing we love Trump. I mean, when have you seen that in the American populace about a president? And forever, even while he's losing, it's great. And what are we gonna do with that passion, dude? I mean, I'm telling you, that's what my book is about. I'm gonna pitch my book for a second. You know what this is? This is a time to go deeper into conservatism. This is a time to sharpen the saw. This is a time for us to know. A lot of people were red-pilled, Michael, but now, and you and I, you know, we've been on the path for a long time. But what is it? And it's exciting to like dig into your conservatism. What are we going to do with all this passion? What can America do the next 4 years? One, we can fight all the agenda of the socialistic left, which is the first thing we have to do because there really isn't a middle right now. And secondly, is we can get ready for the next round, buddy. We can get ready for the next one. We can watch your show and we can spread the light.
Here's the way I see it. You've got, like we were saying before the video, there's 71 million legit voters, people that voted for smaller government, less regulation, more personal freedom, America first, all that stuff. So those people are into it. And evidently there's 74 million on the other side. We'll see. With the way big tech is slanted to the left and the media is slanted to the right, we just have to, if every one of those 71 million people who leans to the right got a couple of our friends, our liberal friends, and just don't come at them hard, but just get them to start to question. Do you think there is media bias? Do you think there is? And if you can back that up with examples, like right now, you can't even talk about the election not being on the up and up on Twitter. They're banning people on Twitter left and right. The angel moms. Are you familiar with the angel moms?
Yeah.
These are parents of kids that were killed by illegal immigrants. Twitter just banned them. They just got deplatformed. They no longer exist. I think Facebook might have done it too. Why would they do that? Now, there's also a mathematical formula that comes along with election results, and the U.S. government looks for this formula. There's statistical normals. When something is outside the norm, they know that election has been tampered with, and it is called Benford's Law, Benfords, Benford's Law, and it's a statistical graph. Every election looks the same. Everyone looks the same, and when that normal is violated, they know something's not right. Guess whose election is not following the Benford graph? It's defying Benford's Law. Our election. If you discuss that, if you share articles about this, they're deplatforming people on Twitter just to make people aware of a proven mathematical theory. That's terrifying. So I don't think the right's going to be helped by big media or big tech. It's going to be us having conversations with friends and go, because right now everyone on the left, they're dancing in the street. They're dancing in the street because they think they beat Hitler. They think they said, "Get thee behind me, Satan." And when they calm down and when they get some time to reflect, it's going to be shocking, because they're all going to want those policies back. They're all going to want the Trump policies back. And it might feel good right now. I'd feel good. If I thought I voted Hitler out of office, I'd be dancing in the streets. They've been hoodwinked. They've been lied to. They've been led to believe a falsehood, like the Russia collusion thing. This is the biggest one of all. So I think it's going to come down to interpersonal communications. I have so much hope, and I'm so happy. I keep coming back to there's 71 million people. And listen, Trump did amazingly. The Black community, the Latino community, just everybody got out and voted. And it's talk about, we're going to run out of red pills. Everybody, there's so many red pills going around today. We're going to run out of red pills.
Yeah. No, look, if you think of the history, man, we're Romney and McCain. We are in the interim. We've been Romney and McCain Republicans, right? I mean, whether we want to or not, I door knock for Romney. I can't stand that guy right now. I think he's a turncoat of the conservative movement. And now we are awakened. We're back to our, liberal used to mean free of government. We've headed back toward true liberalness because of Trump. He broke up the systems. He's motivated the base. The greatest thing he did, though, man, I had some tough times when I was a kid, man. I had a good family, a lot of hard partying, a lot of crazy, it was easy for families to be a little dysfunctional in the 70s and 80s. And the people that meant the most to me were the coaches, man. The coaches were like, "You're a great kid. Get out there, kill him. We had to go be the best that you can be." Trump challenged us. There were times where he was saying, we are so great that our greatness is the greatest thing that is great of great. You're like, whoa, dude, you're overwhelming my ability to capacity of esteem. And Obama was like, we're basically a very flawed and racist country, and we should be more globalist, and you didn't build that. And we're like, whoa. He's like, I like being an American. And you think about it, like, you can look at why the Jews and certain people who have risen have been persecuted. He pushed America back into being number one. He pushed us into leadership. People are uncomfortable with the responsibility of excellence, Michael. That's what it is, man. You fail more when you're greater. You have to take more risks. People want us to take away the uncertainty of life. And Trump's like, no, man, it's so chaotic right now. Just go for it. It was exciting times. I think America is not going to roll back to a government that's trying to equal the playing field in every facet, even our speech, our healthcare, our economy. Everything under a Biden presidency is going to fail miserably. There's a quote that was put up. I want to pivot to on this. If you can put up this quote, this tweet that came out regarding what's going on within the Democratic Party. Do you have that, Bruce? And here we are. This is what the Dems were talking to each other on their caucus wall. We lost races we shouldn't have lost. Defund the police almost cost me my race because of an attack ad. Don't say socialism ever again. We need to get back to basics. Next line. If we run this race again, we'll be effing torn apart in 2022. I mean, the Dems know they won because of COVID, man. And they are saying, let's not come out with broad reaching socialism because it's not going to work, but let's do socialism anyway. And it's going to fail. It's going to fail. It's going to fail. We are going to be marching on the graves of failed democratic policies in 4 years.
Well, let us hope.
It's a rant.
No, it's great. And I agree with all of it. I would just say this, and this is another bullet point. All eyes on Georgia. All eyes on Georgia. That's got to be an all hands on deck thing. The Democrats, look at the money they poured against Lindsey Graham. Look at the money they poured going after Mitch McConnell. Boy, this Georgia race is everything. If the Republicans, the conservative movement, if we can't hold on to the majority in the Senate, it's all done but the crying. We know that Nancy Pelosi moves with lightning speed.
Yeah.
Like, when they passed Obamacare in the middle of the night when no one was looking, no one read it, they just shoved that thing through. And if you've got Nancy Pelosi in the House and you got a Democrat Senate and you got Sleepy Joe in the White House, who knows what kind of nightmare they can cook up in 2 years before 2022. I really think there will be a red wave. They'll push back against all this stuff. I want to do a lot of damage in 2 years.
Sorry, Michael, I didn't mean to step on you. To support what you're saying, Michael Loftus, with such erudition, AOC reveals authoritarian fascist instincts after she calls for a list of Trump sycophants. I mean, this is going to ramp up. If they're calling for healing, but AOC and the squad are also saying that they're going to start tracking people that were pro-Trump during the next 4 years. But at the same time, they're calling for healing. And these people could influence our relationship to Israel. They could influence our relationship to Iran. I mean, listen, this is a Trojan horse right now. This peace thing is just get us past January. Let us get into office. I'm not buying it, man. And I think it's offensive. I'm going to get a little pissed off today because it's been a couple of days. I think it's effing offensive to tell me that there's no risk of graft. And I have people basically calling us racist and morally decrepit and stupid again for asking for a fair election. It's just the same formula repackaged. Oh, how dare you challenge the Biden victory? You're a racist. It's happening again, man. It's happening again. It's just their same old story.
Yes. And now it's just, we just have to help people find, listen, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. I think that we just have to open people's minds a little bit. Is there a chance? Is there a chance the media is lying to you? Is there the possibility you're being told to believe something that just isn't so? And it's got to have people on the left scratching their heads going, wow, you know, Trump, he's got these dog whistles for white supremacists and all this stuff. And you've got record numbers of black people that voted for him, record numbers of Latinos that voted for him. But I want to go back to the AOC thing. And this is like this, file this under who's the fascist. You've got Jennifer Rubin. She says she's a conservative. She's on MSNBC. She said this on the Joy Reid show. So you got AOC going, let's keep a list. And then you've got voices like Jennifer Rubin saying, it's not only that Donald Trump has to lose, his enablers have to lose. We have to collectively burn down the Republican Party. We have to level them, because if there are survivors, they will do it again. So she's on a giant platform talking about anybody we have to level them, or
psycho much
do it again. It's terrifying.
He's fascist.
I never remember Trump in office going, "Hey, you guys, I'm gonna come up with a list of my enemies. We have to demolish them." It's really quite scary.
No, it's the night of long knives, right? I mean, this is the deal. We have to clear out the opposition. I mean, Trump did it by getting people thrown out of office. He did it by firing people often. You know, there's a beauty and a free market capitalism beauty to what Trump did. We weren't used to people getting fired all the time. It was The Apprentice when he came in. To just look back at our history, right? We're talking about duplicitous ways of making lists and clearing people out. I mean, we did it through the front door during the Trump administration. We're like, hey, you know what? You're kind of off the base. You're not doing a good job. You're out. You're out. You're out. He kept firing waves of people. And they're like, 25th Amendment, he's gone crazy. No, actually, that's how the world works. When you're not stuck on term limits and you're living on the government teat for 40 years, you get fired when you suck, right? And he came in and he changed the game. Watch. This is going to be done with a whole different duplicity. It's going to be done the government way. It's going to be ugly if they start clearing out the ranks, trying to get even for the Trump years, because there's nothing to get even for. It was actually just an exceptional run of conservative principles that was the great threat to Obama's legacy.
Yes. And here's the meme that's going around that I kind of am agreeing with more and more, because Trump was an outsider. And he always said he would only run for president if it got so bad, if it looked so bad. It is ridiculous. The level of regulations is ridiculous. The bureaucracy is ridiculous. It's insane to try to build a road. Just all the junk you have to go through. Look at. I'm just gonna go with energy independence. He got us. We're energy independent for the first time. All that wonderful stuff. He showed America how easily these problems could be fixed. How easily these problems could be fixed. You have career politicians on the left. You have career politicians on the right. And when Trump got elected, that messed it up. That messed up the game. And the meme that I saw that's really hitting home with me is it's who won the election? And then the answer is the government. If you are on the right and you're a career politician, or if you're on the left and you're a career politician, you want that bureaucracy. You need it. You need it. And I think Americans, listen, if it's Medicare for all and it's socialized medicine, I think when people actually try to go to the doctor and it looks like the DMV, and they're not going to be into it at all. But sometimes it has to get worse before it gets better. It has to get worse before it gets better.
Great point. You know, the good news is from a market perspective, though, the marginally empowered Harris presidency has the slimmest House majority in decades, and a divided Senate means nothing gets done until the midterms, right? So any way they try to push through an executive order, there's going to be a lashback, because they're going to be personally accountable for stepping on civil and economic liberties, right? I mean, it's going to be a polarized economy. So we left in that shifted legacy. And if you look back historically, from where the Congress came to where it's come now, we're leaving in some strength for the next wave of conservatism. Conservatism took a great step. Like, people realize, like, hey, individual liberty is as important as government care. So let's take the moderate point of view. It's as important.
Yes. And it was Ari Fleischer, the I forget which, I think it was with the Bush administration. Ari Fleischer was on one of the Sunday shows, and he said during the Trump administration, more Americans were lifted out of poverty than at any other time. Just these policies, like you cannot argue. It's like the Ben Shapiro thing. Facts don't care about your feelings. If you really want to help your fellow man, wages were coming up. Unemployment was down. Small businesses were thriving and were optimistic. Manufacturing jobs were coming back. And that's how you lift people out of poverty. If you want a job, you can get it. And if that job sucks, they're hiring over there. You can get a better job, and they have great benefits. That's how it's supposed to work. And in 4 short years, he raised all these people out of poverty better than any government program. Listen, the Democrats, they love to talk about, oh, we're helping the poor and downtrodden. They just never seem to get around to doing it. They just never seem to actually do it. So if the Biden thing holds up, it's going to be a huge wake-up call for the whole country. And I would encourage people, there's a clip of Obama, and I'll never get tired of watching this. It's the clip from 2016 where he goes, Donald Trump says he's going to bring those jobs back. Donald Trump says he's going to bring those manufacturing jobs. They're not coming back. What does he have, a magic wand?
Yeah.
So here you have the former president of the United States saying it can't be done. It cannot be done. You can't get these jobs back. You'd have to be a magician to do it. And Trump stepped in and he did it. The economy was doing great. Everyone was thriving. And what Obama told us was impossible, not only was possible, but it was flipping easy to do. It was easy. Look at, they told us peace in the Middle East. And I'm getting pissed about this one. They told us peace. John Kerry's up on stage. It won't happen. It won't happen. It is impossible. It will not happen. And Trump's bringing peace to the Middle East. And it was like a side project. It was just like a side bet. And he did it. They're like, it's a stalemate. You'll never do it. Boom. Bang. He did it. He was nominated for the Nobel Prize like 4 times.
Yeah. Yeah. Is Trump going to be nominated retroactively for everything that he's just done? Wouldn't that be great?
He was. He was nominated 4 times.
4 times. Oh my God!
But they won't give it to him. They won't give him to him because evidently
he's done so much good for so many of us. But do you have that exposed meme, Bruce? I just want to say this is an interesting thing because you and I are talking about his legacy, right? Let's just talk about his legacy as if he's going to have a hard time getting this back. People are going to say, oh, well, Trump was this horrible person. He created racism. He created division. But here's the question. This is such a great meme. Was it already there and did he expose it? He did not create Democratic hate. He exposed it. He did not create media bias. He exposed it. He did not create corruption in both parties of government. He exposed it. Thanks, Bruce. So was this sickness already there? And he's getting blamed for taking it on. Dude, I never thought of the term fake news before Trump. That's a First Amendment catchphrase wonder. I mean, fake news makes you stop and look at different types of news. We used to look at it, but it's just he was the one saying, hey, information's not clear. Things are not free. Oh, government's not working. Let's break up the system. He did a lot of good things. I think this vitriol was there long before Trump came along. He's just going to get blamed for it historically.
Oh, it was there. It was there. Anybody who was really, really watching saw it. Why? That's why Fox News was created. Because the mainstream media had become just a talking points regurgitation machine for the Democrat Party. There was a giant void. And so Fox News just exploded in popularity, just exploded in popularity. It's been there the whole time. And anybody who's been close to anybody, if you know anybody who works for the federal government or works for the state government, you know that the bureaucracy and it's just bloated and it's disgusting and the waste is horrible. And listen, the media has done this I think since before FDR, if there is a Democrat in charge, that Democrat is just trying to protect the Constitution. These are tough times. We all have to come together. And then you get a Republican in office, and they are just horrible. They're ill-mannered. They're the worst thing. And they really let loose. If you go back, look at what they said about Ronald Reagan. Reagan was Hitler. Reagan was, and then, oh my gosh. And then George Bush, he was horrible. He was Hitler. George Bush too. He's a racist hillbilly Hitler. And with Donald Trump, because he punched back, they really had to take off the mask and go at him with both fists. So they went too far. They went too far by vilifying Trump and vilifying the right, which is the hilarious thing. I mean, God bless Biden for saying it in his little speech. It's a time for healing. Like, dude, you're not allowed to call me a racist Nazi for 4 years and then go, come here, I want to give you a kiss.
Let me sniff your hair, you little racist.
Come here, you little Hitler. Let me smell your hair.
Smells like fascism.
Right?
That is so true. That is exactly how I feel. I feel so contaminated by the creepy old uncle trying to give me a hug right now. It just feels icky. It feels bad. Hey, throw up this last picture. I thought would be good for us as we head toward the end of our show. We will know our disinformation program is complete when everything the American public believes is false. William Casey, CIA director. Thanks. You know, I have to say, this is where we're at now, right? This is where we're at. It's like, this is the question of the moment, regardless of everything we said during the show. Are we just going to be like, oh yeah, it's over. Oh, Biden, or are we going to keep our eyes awake? Stay awake, Patriots. Stay clear. Michael, why don't we talk a little bit about what you've got going on over at Fox News? I'll talk a little bit about my book, and we'll talk about our show, and then we'll send these people into the bright evening.
Tomorrow is a brand new day, ladies and gentlemen, and tomorrow I'm going to get up and start editing my Fox Nation stand-up special. This will be this will be the third stand-up special I've done for those guys. The first one was Chicago. The second was a quarantine one from my living room. This one was recorded in Nashville, Tennessee. Sold out show, insanely funny. So as soon as that's out on Fox Nation, you guys all have to subscribe and you have to watch it when you're not watching Bullet Point Nation, or headed to the loftusparty.com.
Boom. And by the way, your Loftus Party videos are great. And you can also see, you can go to michaelsloftusparty.com. You can see Bullet Point Nation, our show here. This is our live show, but usually we have 4 topics and a buzzer. It's kind of like, pardon the interruption of politics. So come see Michael and I, because politics comes down to the bullet points. Like, what do you know? Why do you know? What's the truest ones? What are you going to retain? What are you going to throw away? How are you going to get out of the matrix? So come do it with Michael and I. Bullet Point Nation on the web, where you can also see his Loftus Party videos. We have another show that we're doing, Talking Smack Mac and Cheese, that Michael's also been heralding and a part of. And the big news is, in 2 days, ladies and gentlemen, 2 days, my book, 13 and a Half Reasons Why Not to Be a Liberal and How to Enlighten Others, a definitive handbook on conservatism forward, as well as a way to argue with your friends on social media. Know what you know in this next 4 years. Renew your mind as a conservative. You can buy that on Amazon. Just plug in Judd Dunning, and I'll come up on Amazon. Or you can buy it on our webpage at Bullet Point Nation. We're so excited. We want to thank the people at Newsmax and Humanix. And we're going to be on Newsmax and Humanix the next few days. And
wow.
Thanks for helping out, Michael.
Judd, do me a favor, open up the book and just show me like just a couple pages. Just hold up the couple pages. Look at that. Look at that. He's already, maybe ones that you haven't scribbled in. Do you have like a clean page?
You like that? You like that? All right, here we go. Conservative. I'll just read a random.
I'm not asking you to read, guy. I was gonna do a joke about the font that you chose.
Okay, wait. Okay, here we are.
Oh, that's a sexy font. That is a sexy font. That is not Comic Sans, my friend. That is a book of knowledge. You got to get it. Go to Amazon.com and get Judd's book.
All right, and we'll be here every week. You'll see us here. We want to give a Great shout out to producer Bruce Kraft for coming in, doing our first live stream here. We're going to keep doing this. You're going to see us on Bullet Point Nation Produce. You're going to see us live streaming as well. And God bless you. God bless America. God bless this new show. And God bless the next 4 years.
Judd, is it possible that we could love the country even more? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.